into Deanne's Treasure Studio. I am Deanne, where I am free reading 2024 Player's Handbook, Chapter 3, Character Class Paladin. Discover revised mechanics that streamline gameplay of the honorable or disgraced warrior with the backing of a higher power. With his or her sacred or corrupt oath, they blend martial prowess with divine energy. They are champions to a deity sworn to specific tenets, iconic warriors in our movies and fantasies, and also one I too relish. But let's get on with it. Core Paladin traits. Primary ability, strength and charisma. Hit point die D10 per Paladin level. Saving throw proficiencies, wisdom and charisma. Skill proficiencies. Choose 2. Athletics, insight, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, or religion. Weapon proficiencies. Simple and martial weapons. Armor training. Light, medium, and heavy armor and shield. Starting equipment. Choose A or B. A is chainmail, shield, longsword, 6 javelins, holy symbol, priest pack, and 9 gold pieces. Or you can choose 150 gold pieces. Paladins are united by their oath to stand against the foes of annihilation and corruption, depending on which paladin you have. Whether sworn before a god's altar, in a sacred glade before nature's spirits, or in a moment of desperation and grief, with the dead as the only witnesses. A paladin's oath is a powerful bond. It is a source of power that turns a devout warrior into a blessed champion. Paladins train to learn the skills of combat, mastering a variety of weapons and armor. Even so, their martial skills are secondary to the magical power they wield. Power to heal the injured, smite their foes, and protect the helpless and those who would fight at their side. Almost by definition, the life of a paladin is an adventuring life. For every paladin lives on the front lines of the cosmic struggle against annihilation. Fighters are rare enough amongst the ranks of a world's army, but when fewer people can claim the calling of a paladin. When they do receive the call, these blessed folks turn from their former occupations and take up arms and magic. Becoming a paladin as a level 1 character, gain all the traits of the core paladin traits table, gain paladin's level 1 features, which are listed in the paladin's features table. As a multi-class character, gain the following traits from the core paladin's traits table: hit dice, proficiency with martial weapons, and training with light and medium armor and shields. Gain the Paladin's level 1 features, which are listed in the Paladin features table. See the multi-classing rules in Chapter 2 to determine your available spell slots. Paladin class features. As a paladin, you gain the following class features when you reach specified paladin levels. These features are listed in the paladin features table. Level 1, lay on hands. Your blessed touch can heal wounds. You have a pool of healing power that replenishes when you finish a long rest. With that pool, you can restore a total number of hit points equal to 5 times your paladin level. As a bonus action, you can touch a creature which could be yourself and draw power from the pool of healing to restore a number of hit points to a creature up to maximum amount of the replenishing pool. You can also expend 5 hit points from the pool of healing to remove a poisoned condition from a creature. Those points don't also restore hit points to the creature. Level 1 spell casting. You have learned to cast spells through prayer and meditation. See Chapter 7 for the rules on spell casting. The information below details how you use those rules with Paladin spells, which appear in the Paladin spell list later in the chapter's description. Spell slots. The Paladin features table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your level 1 plus spells. You regain all expended slots when you finish a long rest. Prepared spells of level 1 plus. You prepare the list of spells 1 plus spells that are available for you to cast with this feature. To start, choose 2 level 1 Paladin spells. Heroism and Searing Smite are recommended. The number of spells on your list increases as you gain Paladin levels, as shown in the prepared spells column of the Paladin features table. Whenever that number increases, choose additional Paladin spells until the number of spells on your list matches the number of Paladin features table. The chosen spells must be of the level for which you have spell slots. For example, if you're a level 5 Paladin, your list of prepared spells can include 6 Paladin spells of level 1 or 2 in any combination. If another Paladin feature gives you spells that you always have prepared, those spells don't count against the number of spells you can prepare with this feature. But those spells otherwise count as Paladin spells for you. On the top of the page, you have the Paladin's features and what they gain from level 1 to 20. Then on the right side of the top of the page, you have your channel divinity per your level and your prepared spells per your level and your spell slots. Changing your prepared spells. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can replace one spell of your choice with another Paladin spell for which you have spell slots. Spell casting ability. Charisma is your spell casting ability for your Paladin spells. Spell casting focus. You can use a holy symbol as a spell casting focus for your Paladin spells. Level 1 Weapon Mastery. Your training with weapons allows you to use the mastery properties of 2 kinds of weapons of your choice with which you have proficiency, such as longswords and javelins. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can change the kinds of weapons you choose. For example, you can switch to using the mastery properties of halberds and flails. Level 2, Fighting Style. You gain a fighting style feat of your choice. See Chapter 5 for feats. Instead of choosing one of those feats, you can choose the option below. Blessed Warrior. You learn 2 cleric cantrips of your choice. See the cleric classes section for a list of cleric spells. Guidance and Sacred Flame are recommended. The chosen cantrips count as Paladin spells for you, and Charisma is your spellcasting ability for them. Whenever you gain a Paladin level, you can replace one of these cantrips with another cleric cantrip. Level 2, Paladin's Smite. You always have the Divine Smite spell prepared. In addition, you can cast it without expending a spell slot, but you must finish a long rest before you can cast it again in this way. Level 3, Channel Divinity. You can channel divine energy directly from the outer planes, using it to fuel magical effects. You start with one such effect, divine sense, which is described below. Other paladin features giving additional channel divinity effects options. Each time you use this class's channel divinity, you choose which effect from this class to create. You can use this class's channel divinity twice. You regain one of its expended usage when you finish a short rest. I can't speak. You regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. You gain an additional use when you reach Paladin level 11. If a channel divinity effect requires a saving throw, the DC equals the spell save DC from this class's spell casting feature. Divine Sense. As a bonus action, you can open your awareness and detect celestials, fiends, and undead for the next 10 minutes or until you have the incapacitated condition. You know the location of any creature of those types within 60 feet of yourself, and you know its creature type. Within the same radius, you can also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the hollow spell. Level 3, Paladin subclass. You gain a Paladin subclass of your choice. The Oath of Devotion, Oath of Glory, Oath of the Ancients, and Oath of Vengeance. Subclasses are detailed after this class's description. A subclass is a specialization that grants you features at certain paladin levels. For the rest of your career, you gain each of your subclasses features that are of your paladin's level or lower. Level 4, Ability Score Improvement. You gain the Ability Score Improvement feat, see Chapter 5, or other feat of your choice for which you qualify. You gain this feature again at Paladin levels 8, 12, and 16. Level 5, Extra Attack. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take an attack action on your turn. Level 5, Faithful Steed. You can call on an aid of an outerworldly steed. You always have the Find Steed spell prepared. You can also cast the spell once without expending a spell slot, and you regain the ability to do so whenever you finish a long rest. Level 6, Aura of Protection. You radiate a protective, unseen aura in a 10-foot emanation that originates from you. The aura is inactive while you have the incapacitated condition. You and your allies in the aura gain a bonus to saving throws equal to your charisma modifier minimum bonus +1. If another paladin is present, a creature can benefit from only one aura of protection at a time. The creature chooses which aura they are in. Level 9, Abjure Foes. As a magic action, you can expend one use of this class's channel divinity to overwhelm foes with awe, as you present your holy symbol or weapon. You can target a number of creatures equal to your charisma modifier minimum of 1 that you can see within 60 feet of yourself. Each target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the frightened condition for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. While frightened in this way, a target can do only one of the following on its turns: move, take an action, or take a bonus action. Okay, we have some box text here. Breaking your oath. A paladin tries to hold on to the highest standards of conduct, but even the most dedicated or fallible. Sometimes a paladin transgresses their oath. A paladin who has broken a vow typically seeks absolution, spending an all-night vigil as a sign of penance or undertaking a fast. After a rite of forgiveness, the paladin starts fresh. If a paladin is unrepentantly violates their oath, talk to your GM. Your paladin should probably take a more appropriate subclass or even abandon the class and adopt another one. Level 10, Aura of Courage. You and your allies have immunity to the frightened condition while in your aura of protection. If a frightened ally enters the aura, that condition has no effect on the ally while there. Level 11, Radiant Strikes. Your strikes now carry supernatural power. When you hit the target with an attack roll using a melee weapon or unarmed strike, the target takes an extra 1d8 radiant damage. Level 14, Restoring Touch. When you use Lay on Hands on a creature, you can also remove one or more of the following conditions from the creature: blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, or stunned. You must expend 5 hit points from the healing pool of Lay on Hands for each of these conditions you remove. Those points don't also restore hit points to the creature. Level 18, Aura of Expansion. Your aura of protection is now 30 feet emanation. Level 19, Epic Boon. You gain an epic boon feat. See Chapter 5 or another feat of your choice for which you qualify. Boon of True Sight is recommended. Paladin Spell List. This section presents the Paladin spell list. The spells are organized by the spell level and alphabetized, and each spell school of magic is listed. In the special column, C means the spell requires concentration. R means that it's a ritual, and M means that it's required specific material components. At level 1, the paladin has a Bless Command, Compelled Duel, Cure Wounds, Detect Evil and Good, Detect Magic, Detect Poison and Disease, Divine Favor, Divine Smite, Heroism, Protection from Evil and Good, Purify Food and Drink, Searing Smite, Shield of Faith, Thunderous Smite, and Wrathful Smite. At level 2, they have Acid, Fine Steed, Gentle Repose, Lesser Restoration, Locate Object, Magic Weapon, Prayer of Healing, Protection from Poison, Shining Smite, Warding Bond, and Zone of Truth. At level 3, they have Aura of Vitality, Blinding Smite, Create Food and Water, Crusader's Mantle, Daylight, Dispel Magic, Elemental Weapon, Magic Circle, Remove Curse, Revivify. Level 4, the Paladin has Aura of Light, Aura of Purity, Banishment, Death Ward, Locate Creature, Staggering Smite. Level 5, we have Banishing Smite, Circle of Power, Destructive Wave, Dispel Evil and Good, Geese, Greater Restoration, Raise Dead, and Summon Celestial. Cool. Paladin subclasses. A Paladin subclass is a specialization that grants you features at certain Paladin levels, as specified in the subclass. This class presents the Oath of Devotion, Oath of Glory, Oath of the Ancients, and Oath of Vengeance subclass. Each of these subclasses represents a body of oaths that a paladin begins taking upon joining the class. The final oath, taken at level 3, is a accumulation of the paladin's training. Some characters with a class don't consider themselves a true Some characters with this class don't consider themselves true paladins until they have reached level 3 and made this oath. For others, the swearing of the oath is a formality, an official stamp on what was already in their hearts. Oath of devotion upon the ideals of justice and order. The oath of devotion binds paladins to their ideals of justice and order. These paladins meet an archetype of the knight in shining armor. They hold themselves to the highest standards of conduct, and some, for better or worse, hold the rest of the world to the same standards. Many who swear the oath are devoted to gods of law and good, and use their gods' tenets as the measure of personal devotion. Others hold angels, their ideals, and incorporate images of angelic wings into the helms or coat of arms. These paladins share the following tenets. Let your word be your promise. Protect the weak and never fear to act. Let your honorable deeds be an example. Level 3. Oath of Devotion Spells. The magic of your oath ensures that you always have certain spells ready. When you reach a paladin level specified in the Oath of Devotion spells table, you thereafter always have the listed spells prepared. Here are your Oath of Devotion spells. At level 3, Protection from Evil and Good, Shield of Faith. Level 5, Aid, Zone of Truth. Level 8, Beacon of Hope and Dispel Magic. Level 13, Freedom of Movement and Guardian of Faith. Level 17, Commune and Flame Strike. Level 3, Sacred Weapon. When you take an attack action, you can expend one of your channel divinity to imbue one melee weapon that you are holding with this positive energy for 10 minutes or until you use this feature. Let me turn the page again. You add your charisma modifier to the attack rolls. You make with the weapon minimum bonus of +1. And each time you hit with it, you can cause it to deal its normal damage type or radiant damage. The weapon also emits bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light 20 feet beyond that. You can end this effect early, no action required. This effect also ends if you aren't carrying the weapon. Level 7, Aura of Devotion. You and your allies have immunity to the charmed condition while in your aura of protection. If a charmed ally enters the aura, that condition has no effect on the ally while there. Level 15, Smite of Protection. Your magical smite now radiates protective energy. Whenever you cast Divine Smite, you and your allies have half cover while in your aura of protection. The aura has the benefit until the start of your next turn. Level 20, Holy Nimbus. If a bonus action, you can imbue your aura of protection with a holy power, granting the benefits below for 10 minutes or until the end of them. No action required. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. You can also restore your use of it by expending level 5 spell slot. No action required. Holy Ward. You have advantage on any saving throw you are forced to make by a fiend or an undead. Radiant damage. Whenever an enemy starts its turn in the aura, that creature takes radiant damage equal to your charisma modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Sunlight. The aura is filled with bright light that is sunlight. We're moving on to the Oath of Glory. Strive for the heights of heroism. Paladins who have the Oath of Glory believe they and their companions are destined to achieve glory through their deeds and heroism. They train diligently and encourage their companions so that they're all ready when destiny calls. These paladins share the following tenets. Endeavor to be known by your deeds. Face hardships with courage. Inspire others to strive for glory. Level 3, Inspiring Smite. Immediately after you cast Divine Smite, you can expend one of your channel divinities and next page. Distribute temporary hit points to creatures of your choice within 30 feet of yourself, which can include you. The total number of temporary hit points equals 2d8 plus your paladin level divided among the chosen creatures, whoever you like. Level 3, Oath of Glory spells. The magic of your oath ensures that you always have certain spells ready. When you reach Paladin level specified in the Oath of Glory spells table, you thereafter always have the listed spells prepared. These spells are Level 3, Guiding Bolt and Heroism. Level 5, Enhance Ability and Magic Weapon. Level 9, Haste Protection from Energy. Level 13, Compulsion and Freedom of Movement. Level 17, Legend Lore and Yolan's Regal Presence. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Level 3, Peerless Athlete. As a bonus action, you can expend one use of your channel divinity to augment your athleticism. For 1 hour, you have advantage on strength, athletics, and dexterity acrobatics checks. And the distance of your long and high jumps increase by 10 feet. This extra distance costs movement as normal. Level 7. Aura of Ocularity. Your speed increases by 10 feet. In addition, whenever an ally enters your aura of protection for the first time on a turn or starts their turn there, the ally's speed increases by 10 feet until the end of their next turn. Level 15, Glorious Defense. You can turn defense into a sudden strike. When you or another creature you can see within 10 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can take a reaction to grant a bonus to the target's AC against that attack, potentially causing it to miss. The bonus equals your charisma modifier minimum of +1. If the attack misses, you can make one attack with a weapon against the attacker as part of this reaction, if the attacker is within your weapon's range. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier, a minimum of once, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Level 20, Living Legend. You can empower yourself with the legends whenever true or exaggerated of your great deeds. As a bonus action, you gain the benefits below for 10 minutes. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. You can also restore your use of it by expending a level 5 spell slot. No action required. Charismatic. you are blessed with an outer worldly presence and have advantage on all charisma checks. Saving throw re-roll. If you fail a saving throw, you can take a reaction to re-roll it. You must use this new roll. Unnerving strike. Once on each of your turns, when you make an attack roll with a weapon and you miss, you can cause that attack to hit instead. We're moving on to Oath of the Ancients. Preserve life and light in the world. The Oath of the Ancients is an ode as the first elves. Paladins who swear this oath cherish the light. They love the beautiful and life-giving things of the world more than any principles of honor, courage, and justice. They often adorn their armor and clothing with the images of the growing things, leaves, antlers, or flowers to reflect their commitment to preserving life and light. These paladins share the following tenets. Kindle the light of hope. Shelter life. Delight in the art and laughter. Level 3, Nature's Wrath. As a magic action, you can expend one use of your channel divinity to conjure spectral vines around nearby creatures. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 15 feet of yourself must succeed on a strength saving throw or have the restrained condition for 1 minute. A restrained creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on a success. Level 3, Oath of the Ancient Spells. The magic of your oath ensures that you always have certain spells ready. When you reach a paladin level specified in the Oath of the Ancient Spells table, you thereafter always have the listed spells prepared. These spells are Level 3, Ensnaring, Strike, and Speak with Animals. Level 5, Misty Step, and Moonbeam. Level 9, Plant Growth and Protection from protection from energy. Level 13, Ice Storm and Stone Skin. Level 17, Commune with Nature and Tree Stride. Level 7, Aura of Warding. Ancient magic lies so heavily upon you that it forms an eldritch ward, blunting energy from beyond the material plane. You and your allies have resistance to necrotic, psychic, and radiant damage while in the aura of protection. Level 15, Undying Sentinel. When you are reduced to 0 hit points and not killed outright, you can drop to 1 hit point instead, and you regain a number of hit points equal to 3 times your paladin level. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. Additionally, you can't be aged magically, and you cease visibly aging. Level 20, Elder Champion. As a bonus action, you can imbue your aura with protection from the primal power, granting the benefits below for 1 minute or until the end of them. No action required. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. You can also restore your use of it, expending a level 5 spell slot. No action required. Diminish Defiance. Enemies in an aura have disadvantage on saving throws against your spells and channel divinity options. Regeneration. At the start of each of your turns, you regain 10 hit points. Swift Spells. Whenever you cast a spell that has the casting time of an action, you can cast it using a bonus action instead. Moving on to the Oath of Vengeance. Punish evildoers at any cost. The oath of vengeance is a solemn commitment to punish those who have committed grievously evil acts. When evil armies slaughter helpless villagers, when a tyrant defies the will of the gods, when a thieves' guild grows too violent, when a dragon rampages through the countryside, at times like these, paladins arise and swear an oath of vengeance to set right what was wrong. These paladins share the following tenets. Show the wicked no mercy. Fight injustice and its causes. Aid those harmed by injustice. Level 3. Oath of Vengeance spells. The magic of your oath ensures you always have certain spells ready when you reach a paladin level specified in the Oath of Vengeance spells table. You thereafter always have these spells listed prepared. Oath of Vengeance spells. Level 3, Bane and Hunter's Mark. Level 5, Hold Person and a Misty Step. Level 9, Haste and Protection from Energy. Level 13, Banishment and Dimension Door. Level 17, Hold Monster and Scrying. Level 3, Vow Amenity. When you take an attack action, you can expend one use of your channel divinity to utter a vow of enmity against a creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. You have advantage on the attack rolls against the creature for 1 minute or until you use this feature again. If the creature drops to 0 hit points before the vow ends, you can transfer the vow to a different creature within 30 feet of yourself. No action required. Level 7, Relentless Avenger. Your supernatural focus helps you close off on foes' retreat. When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, you can reduce the creature's speed to 0 until the end of the current turn. You can then move up to half your speed as part of this same reaction. This movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Pretty cool. Alright, folks, that concludes the Paladin. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned. I think we have the Ranger next go. I hope you are enjoying this. I am having a blast. Alright, till next time.